Yo, what is up, guys? It's your girl Sante, and I'm here with
Indiana_45.
Okay, so today we're going to be doing a girl talk. So if you're in a self-love journey and you want to learn how to love yourself and you've been through the most, continue watching this video. We're going to give you different tips and tricks. So yeah, you must
Subscribe. Post the
you and that notification bell.
Like,
comment,
and stay tuned.
Yeah, and watch the rest of our videos.
And come back for more.
And that's it. Okay, tip number 1. Try to fix things with the enemies within your family. So what do I mean by this? So if you have people within your family that you do not connect with, that you fight with a lot, try to fix things with them. Ask them why they see you in that manner, why they say the things that they say. And sometimes you get to realize that some people hurt you because they're already hurt. And some people hurt you because they think you think differently of them. So they imagine you as this hater, whereas you are trying to defend yourself, and you might not know what someone is going through. So try to talk things out instead of having this back and forth with this person. So because where you come from has an effect on who you become eventually as a person. So if you live in a toxic household, you become this toxic person, and you attract toxic people because that's all you know, including your relationships. You attract toxic men because you're used to this ill treatment as a sort of a love language. So try to educate yourself to be kind enough and to be mature enough to sit down with those people, including your parents. Sometimes parents repeat toxic behavior because they think you can take that behavior, because you've been taking that behavior for so long in such a way that they end up not noticing when they do it.
And also the fact about the parent partner, they do those toxic behaviors because they also haven't healed from their toxic parents as well.
Yes.
So it's perfect that you as an individual, you heal before raising a kid. That's also something people need to normalize doing.
Yeah, for sure.
And then another one could be practice gratitude and humbleness. You need to practice gratitude, be thankful and graceful for the things that are happening in your life. The fact that you have a roof on top of your head, the fact that you're breathing is something to be grateful for. You may not have much, but the fact that you're still living and you're surviving, that's a lot to be grateful for. And always be humble, because anything can happen anytime. Just a lot can happen that can take you back to square one while you're on top 10. So be grateful so that you don't fall under depression when anything bad happens into your life. So be grateful and humble, then you're good to go.
Yeah. Another thing about practicing gratitude, get a diary or something. Write down things you're grateful for, or say them out loud, or just tell your friend, yo, Chomi, I'm grateful with I have this kind of household. Yo, Chomi, I'm grateful that I woke up today. Just speak them out loud, say them out loud, and then you get to realize the amount of good things you have in your life. You get to train your brain into thinking, Uguti, there isn't a lot of negative things. Tip number 3. Compliment the people who intimidate you or people you're jealous of. Guys, it's okay to be jealous. You just need to learn to differentiate it from being envious. I feel like you should be envious more than like being jealous, because being jealous doesn't take you anywhere, but being envious, it encourages you to become a better person. Complimenting a person a lot, or complimenting the people who make you jealous or feel jealous a lot, it tricks your brain into like starting to appreciate the good things in life. Like, if you see a beautiful person, you'll start appreciating that person's beauty instead of being jealous, because you can never look like that person. You can never have what they have.
You can never be that person.
So. Yeah. And also, giving someone a compliment, it makes you feel good about yourself. There's just something that makes you feel good when you do something good towards a person. Like if you do a favor, or if you say something kind to a person, it makes you happy as a person, instead of like trying to like hate on the person. Hating on a person says more about what you think about yourself, which is not a good look in public, because you're always going to be known as this person who's always negative, and nobody's going to want to be around you. And who knows, maybe one day that person that you complimented, that very same person might come and compliment you back,
so
yeah.
A win is a win.
Yeah.
Another one, which would be step number 4, stop self-negative talk. Stop self-negative talk, because if you carry on, you wake up today and you're going to tell yourself, it's already a messed up day. It's already like you're giving yourself negative thoughts for the whole day. You're already draining yourself. Well, maybe your body was anticipating on something good to happen today. And then when you're already telling your brain that it's already a messed up day, this is not going to work. Whatever you're planning on is not going to work. Really, it won't work if you're already putting negative thought into it, because there's no positivity. That means you won't put in the work that you should be putting. You're just giving 0% work, or maybe like 5%. But that won't do much. But when you have like positivity in you, you can put like maybe 85, 100 maybe, because you're good about and you feel positive about what you're doing. So it's a win.
Another tip is learn to take a compliment. When somebody gives you a compliment, take it as it is. Don't be like, really, me, Inanan. Aibo, you woke up and did that makeup. You woke up
and when you were looking at yourself like you knew you were looking nice.
Yeah, you knew you were looking nice. Just be like, thank you. I know. Yeah, don't be like, really? Is it me, Inanani?
I don't know. I just put there and there. Hi, but you knew exactly when you're
It's a turn off. It's such a turn off to give someone a compliment and then they don't take it. Me personally, I don't like it. When I give you a compliment, you must be like, yes, girl. Like, you must give me the same energy,
Yes, also prioritize what is important. What's important in your life. Like, certain things as your body, maybe if your body is important, take care of it. Your face, take care of it. Anything, it could be your family, it could be whatever, it could be reaching your goals. Prioritize that thing, put it on your top list. Well, it's God, then it's, and then you, like, you know what I mean. So but make sure you're there when you're supposed to be there for it. 100%.
And another one is feed your spirits. Guys, feed your spirits. I don't know what you believe in as a person, but you must believe Uguti, there's a higher being. What does this do to you? It helps you realize Uguti, you're not alone in this world. Because some of us, we get depressed because we feel so alone. Because we're not aware, Uguti, there's this savior and this Lord that's guiding us. You get to be empowered. You get to learn to love God and the things that God provides for you. And if you believe in ancestors, like now do the rituals that show what you believe in them. Babongeke abantu baphansi if you believe in them. If you're Christian, Try to go to church now and then.
your
You
holy
know,
book.
read
Do
your Bible. Okay, if you don't like reading a Bible, help at church. Clean the church, or do a youth program, or do something that could feed your Holy Spirit. There's just this feeling that you get when you return from church. I don't know if you also get it. If you're a church goer, you'll understand. You would say, okay, you wake up in the morning, you don't feel like going to church, but the minute you return from church, you just feel so good and you feel proud of yourself.
And you really
know,
do feel fulfilled at some point. You do feel fulfilled after coming from church. Because you can go there like empty, and then when you come back, it's just like, I just feel happy,
that sort of relief, and church grounds you. Church makes you realize why you exist. I know Guti, certain churches are filled with drama, but you can meet like good people at church, people who will be able to help you when you're facing a certain situation. You can get friends. So if you're antisocial, you can also get friends at church. It's very easy because you are doing the same thing. New Sunday school, you're in a youth program, or like feeding your spirit is very important. And sometimes you just feel so annoyed and angry and sad, and you don't know why, and sometimes it's just your spirit, so be sure to feed that one, not only the body, but also the soul and the spirit.
Let me add on that, but I also add a point. So while feeding your spirit and everything, don't ever forget to feed your inner child. Like self-radiance is very important, because if you can be as happy as you want to be, but the moment your inner child start getting into your thoughts, the whole happiness literally just drains you. And then it's something you can't really change in a day. That's why you need to take care of it on a daily basis, because you yourself know what your inner child craves for. So go for the thing. If you feel like going for a jumping castle, do it. You're not doing it for you alone. You're doing it also for the inner child of you, because when that depression hits and the inner child is also like there, it's just like a whole commotion going on, and you don't understand what to do next. And that's why you then feel like you may want to be lonely, but then like there's a difference between lonely and like feeling the loneliness, you know what I mean? There's a huge difference. So take care of that child in you. If you feel like going jamming castle, guys, swimming, what, do it. Like, do it. If you feel like screaming at a mall, do it. Like, if it makes you happy, do it. Genuinely do it.
But also learn to discipline the inner child. The inner child can send you into like bad areas, So if you lack love, you might end up searching for it in the wrong places, which is not good for you, because you're thinking you're going a step ahead, but you're taking 10 steps backwards, which is not good for you. So try to like be aware if that inner child is trying to send you into a possibly dangerous situation, So you must feed it to an extent. You must know, Uguti, okay, you know what? Since I lack trust or love, let me just find it in healthier ways. Like she said, go take yourself to jumping castle in a nanny instead of like dating and stuff. You can't, like, finding love is not only just about dating. You can also get a good friend, make a good friend,
or find love within yourself.
Within yourself, tell yourself.
Love someone else when you're lacking love yourself.
Yeah. That's very poor.
So another one could be retrain your thoughts, like your mindset. Because at times, how like people get to like do actions before thinking. That leads to like it's like making a bad choice and then like thinking later, oh, I could have done this, I could have. But if you train your thoughts to actually think first before like acting, basically like teaching yourself and your thoughts. Because if you and your thoughts don't work along, then it'll be a problem, because you'll start doing things before thinking, which will lead to like a lot of dangerous situations and a lot of like paying stuff. Like you're gonna end up in a police station that needs to pay. So it's just a lot. So take care of that thought of yours. Cleanse your thoughts, basically.
Accept your flaws and learn to work with them. So if you see Oguti, you are a judgy person, learn to be judgy in a good way, because judgy people usually give good advice, because they always aware of most of the things we are not aware of, So use those flaws in a good way, even if it's your body, okay, even if it's not a behavior. So if you feel like you have small boobs, try to figure out the kind of style that is suitable for small boobs. If you feel like, okay, you're bottom heavy and you don't like showing it, try to find out like different outfits, different aesthetics. Search YouTube, Google the kind of aesthetics you should be following if you have a certain body type. You can also follow on TikTok. There's a lot of tips for that. If you feel like your nose is bigger, learn to contour. Okay, if you're not doing makeup, try to find a way to accept Uguti. You know what? My nose is big, so what? Even if you have to face yourself in the mirror and tell yourself, yeah, my nose is big, so what? Yeah, my ears are big, so then what? So because it's never gonna change. And sometimes some people cannot afford to go to surgery or change their body or change their body type in Nanani. Sometimes we find with social media, we see videos that could make us want to change those things. But you must learn, Uguti, somewhere out there's a person who has the same situation and they're able to live with it. Try to follow them on social media. Stop following people who don't look like you on social media. Yabona. So even if you have to restart your IG account or do a different account where you try to remind yourself, Uguti, you know what, I have to be realistic because I am not the only one that looks like this. You can learn to accept that. And sometimes you may realize, Uguti, some people don't even see your flaws, You're the only one that sees it unless you outline those flaws, So you must be aware of that. And you must know, Uguti, everyone is focused on themselves, As much as you're focused on yourself and your behavior and how you look, the people around you are also focused on how they are, how they should present themselves to you, as much as you are also worried about that. So that is also helpful, that is what you must also know. Yeah.
Also, speaking of the point you just made as well, also admit that you are wrong in wrong situations. Don't avoid situations where, like, you be knowing that what you're doing is wrong, but at the end of the day, you still want you to be the last person speaking. Like, you want to be the last person knowing what I said something, knowing deep down that you're wrong. So, like, try to admit that you are wrong so that you can learn from your mistakes.
Yeah.
Because how you gonna learn if you keep telling yourself that everything you're doing is right? Because 90% it'd be wrong, but like you'll be feeling like it's right, but it's wrong.
Gonna look dumb.
Yeah, you're gonna look dumb eventually.
I'm back. Yeah.
It is what it is. And then like people won't start entertaining you like that because they always like
a narcissist. That's narcissistic.
And then also about the point you made about social media, guys, please understand that social media is not real. Like, it's not, how can I put it? It's not something you can bet on it guaranteed. Like, people live fake lives on Instagram. Like, not even Instagram, basically like on social media. So don't try to be someone you are not, trying to please people that don't care about you, that don't even know who you are. So try by all means to find your inner peace and love yourself for who you are. And when you look at that body, know that it's your body and it's your duty to love that body. Because if you don't love yourself, who's going to love you? Take care of that body and ask yourself, who's gonna love you if you don't love yourself?
Another thing is learn to do small talk with strangers. I'm currently learning that lately.
Yeah, I'm learning that a lot. I learned it through you, actually.
Yeah, it's very helpful, and I do it a lot. Some people might think, Ogutsi, it's you just wanting attention. You are educating yourself, madam. You are training yourself to be able to socialize with people. Sometimes you might even realize, Uguti, the same situation you're facing, the other people are facing as well, and you can get good advice from that. You can be able to know when a person is trying to trick you, because some people, when you debate with them, they make you feel like everything you say is dumb. So the more you socialize, the more you get to be comfortable with what you're saying. The more you get to realize that you're not actually dumb. You're just scared to speak out. Basically, if you're shy, just do small talk. Even if it's like 2 words or 3, just try to utter words from someone you don't know.
Even a hi.
Even a hi. Oh, you right in an. I think yesterday I was in a taxi and I was sitting next to this guy, and he seemed so distressed. Like, he seemed stressed. He kept looking emumva, and we're in a taxi lana ngathi uzophuma lapho we're waiting for people to get inside the taxi.
He was anxious about something for sure.
Hey, I'm like, are you fine? Yindaba ufuna ukuphuma inana? And then he started laughing. He's like, no, I'm just late for my exam inanani. I'm stressed inanani. I'm like, you know what? Either way, you're gonna be late. It doesn't help. So you're gonna do this all throughout the way till ufika esikoleni akusizi lokho. Just try and calm down and make peace with what is happening now.
Accept the situation.
Accept the situation as it is and try to find a solution. Uqamamanga mawufika esikoleni, yeah, and then he's like, yeah, ngizoqamamanga inanani. And after that, he looked very well. You could tell ukuthi he was fine with it, So it helps. It helps you. It also helps other people. And one day ngahlangana naye and I might need help from him, and he could easily help me because I had already done something good towards him. Sorry.
So basically, the kindness you put out there always find a way to come back to you.
Yeah.
Or another point, speaking from socializing, make sure you spend time with people that fill your cup, not empty it. That is very important. It could be, have you ever walked into like maybe a groove or maybe like at your friend's house and you just felt like your whole energy draining you? That thing happens. It's a real thing actually. Yeah. And it happens. So make sure that the people, your surroundings are people that fill up your cup instead of emptying it. Because if they empty it, then automatically you will never have motivation to do something, because when you project something to them, they'll always have a negative thought towards whatever you're doing that will somehow make you lead to success in the future. So I feel like it's best if you like meet up with people that will fill up your cup. Like, people when you're like, oh, I'm thinking of this idea, and they're like, oh, where do you want us to help? That's the type of people you're supposed to like chill with, instead of the ones that's like, it might not even work. You don't need to put my effort. Those ones are just
impress them.
And then don't just feel pressure to impress them, because instead you'll end up rethinking your whole purpose in life over people's opinions, which is not good, because at the end of the day, you have to do what makes you truly happy. So if you're living for people's standards, then that means you're not being yourself and you're not being happy about what you're doing, but you're pleasing other people, which is totally wrong. So try by all means to chill with people that fill up your cup instead of emptying it. Know your strength, your creativity, and your talent. Because apparently there's a thing where when you don't take care of your creativity and your talent and like your strength, God actually takes away the talent and blesses it to someone else and like multiplies it, because the person probably already has like maybe 50% of the talent, and then if they get yours and it's like double, and then that's how they're gonna start popping. They start doing the things they've always wanted, because apparently God takes the talent and gives it to someone who desperately needs more of the talent. So if you're sleeping on your talent, try to think, what if you actually put in the work on your talent? Something huge can come out of you. So if you like sleeping on it, that's why most people, you find out maybe at some points at their age, like primary wise or like maybe in high school, teen years, they used to know how to dance, and then they stop for a period of time. Now they
don't.
like they stiff, like they can barely move. It's just weird.
Which is weird.
You've seen people. I've heard of people like stories telling them, back in the day I used to do this, I used to do that, and then now it's like I can barely move certain things. Now I think that theory is true, but just take care of your talent and your creativity. There's a lot of you guys that are creative out there, so don't sleep on your talent. Stop hiding behind your room, behind those clothes, those whatever. Try to explore and be out there and advertise yourself, basically. And also, you never know what can go right.
Can I talk about talents before you shift to a different topic? And also talents. What you guys must realize is that talents are not made to impress other humans. Talents are sometimes made to fulfill you. You know, sometimes some people dance for fulfillment, for happiness, for fun. You don't dance because I'm meant to dance in front of people. People are supposed to watch me in and you're always gonna wait for people to watch you in order for you to dance. You're always gonna wait for people to listen in order for you to sing. Sing, even if usekaya, wedwa inanani. So my mother always says, you're still young. She likes saying, and God will take you wherever, you know. But one thing you must do is practice that talent, practice that skill. Okay, you're good at singing. Okay, sing, yeah. Train yourself,
and practice,
you know.
Yeah.
Hey, even if you're not gonna become a singer, maybe you're gonna make it to the choir or something like that, or you're gonna teach someone in the future who really needs your help, you know. So talent is not always made for the eyes, it's sometimes made for fulfillment, you know. Train yourself into thinking that way. It's not for other people at times. Okay, yes, it does make other people feel happy when they witness it, because it's a blessing. It's what God blessed you with, but use that blessing in other ways. And another tip, I don't know which number we're at, but another tip is learn to practice celibacy.
That's the one. Take care of your temple.
Do not be busy all the time, please.
You can't be having,
and it can't be because of a bad breakup, or you're depressed or inanani. Just one of these days, just decide. You could say, no, I mean, I'm just, you know, chilling.
or maybe not even a day, like maybe just 1 month.
Maybe just a month.
And see if you die. You won't die.
Yeah, you won't die. People can become celibate for a year and they become fine, and then the next year they become active, and it's as if they never even were celibate, because some people are scared they won't seem like they are experienced if they become celibate for long enough, and that's not true. It's good for your mental health. It's good for how you see yourself. It's good for your spirit
and your body.
Just try, Uguti. It's very refreshing. I can tell you guys. I mean, I do have periods where, you know, I become celibate. And even if someone who likes me comes around and I am in a relationship, I would have to explain that to a person. And that person, if that person cares about me and that person is very educated and they have emotional intelligence, they will understand, Oguti, you know what, my person is going through the spiritual journey, the spiritual cleansing journey. I would have to try and go along with them. Some people even end up becoming celibate, Nabo. You know, you end up inspiring them. They end up getting educated. They end up knowing, Oguti, it's very important.
And instead of like pressuring you to stop, they support you and motivate you to carry on. That's why they end up like also switching, and then they become. So it's best that you talk, you communicate. If you have a partner, don't just do it right away. Like communicate with your partner to avoid cheating, guys, because your partner can cheat if you don't alert them. So it's only fair if you like alert them, so that when they do their next step, it's on them.
It's on them.
You see.
They're gonna give us.
You never give me. You never give me. Or I took your wife, I put it, I take your wife, I put a knife here. Like, example.
I'll get back into it.
I didn't know. I didn't know.
I didn't know. You always refuse. Nani, don't keep it to yourself. Tell them you're starting that journey and tell them the reason why. Tell them the reason why. So that they understand, this is your goal. You're not just doing it, so that they take it seriously. You get me? Yeah.
Another point, give yourself a pat on the back, because hi guys, this life is hard and it's very brutal. So it's only fair if even it could be the little things, guys, you do. Just so good, yeah, I did something. Like I'm proud of myself. I did something. It's not much, but it's something. Because it's just a lot going on it. Like no one is fine 100%. Like I bet on you. Yeah. No one is fine 100% on this earth. So the only fair thing you can do is just pat your back, because it's a lot. To take in. It's really a lot to take in. So even it could be you buying a car, it could be you buying the tiny thing, even electricity. That's something. Like do something for yourself and pat your back, sis.
That's so true. And another tip, Nane, learn to set boundaries.
That's a good point.
That's part of maturing. People respect you. They respect your time. They respect what you're willing to do, what you're not willing to do. They don't just overstep your boundaries. So if you set them well, they will be able to not step on your toes. You get to present yourself as a mature person by doing that. And you also save yourself from doing things that you don't even want to do, things you're not even supposed to do, So before you do something, just think about it and set that boundary if it needs to be set. At primary school, they taught us about peer pressure, and it still applies now. I'm in college, and I still see a person that is under peer pressure. It happens at any age, even old man, a man that has a family, but he still drinks every weekend, instead of ukuthi afake imali yomntwana ukuthi afunde and stuff, or imali yokudla, just because of peer pressure from his friends. It can happen to anyone. So practicing to set boundaries is a very good thing, and it can benefit you for the rest of your life. You can even be able to parent your child. You can be able to set those boundaries with your child, and that child can learn from you. You know what? Umama akathathi next, akazingeni nje, and that's a very good example to set, Yeah.
It's also the same thing about setting boundaries, like the family parts. Like when your mom doesn't take nonsense from like certain people, especially male version of people. So if your mom does that, even you as a child, you're gonna be like, okay, this is what I need to do to get this. This is what I need to handle. This is how I need to handle myself for people to respect me the way I want to be respected. I've noticed something about like males, when you set boundaries as a girl, they actually like fall in love for real than just when you're like easy to get. Like, when you're easy to get, everyone can have you. Yeah. But if you set boundaries, it could be like 100 guys looking for you, but when you just go for that one person, out of the 100, maybe you're gonna get like maybe just really one, because you know what you're looking for. Like, your type of person, the type you're looking for, how the person handles themselves, how certain things that you just know that, okay, this I would go for, this I wouldn't take, and that's it. So guys, make sure you set some up boundaries so that people can actually respect you and love you for who you really are, not what you're trying to be.
Yeah, that's true.
That's true.
Another one is that learn to get things done. Bafethu,
stop procrastinating.
Stop it, please. Please, be a productive bitch. And that's on that.
Be her.
Be her. And that thing fulfills you. It makes you feel like you're going somewhere in life, like you're not stuck on one place. You know, you get to know Uguti. You know what? I might not be there, but at least I'm somewhere. You know, just try to do something that is very much outside of umgruvo, dating, and you know, all of those things that don't take you anywhere in life, you know. Yes, you can do those things for fun in nanani, but
don't make it a daily routine.
Don't make it a daily routine, you know. Don't turn that into your personality traits. You know, you must be like, Yabona, you know, Sante likes partying, she likes getting high, but she gets things done. That girl gets things done. Be that girl. Awubona abantu bemangala uthi hayibo bengajive nawe on a Friday mara wena upase test or exam you got 85 kanjani chomi. Get things done, you know. You must move.
I don't know, that's saying.
Move silently. Move.
It's something like that. It's
yeah. They mustn't track you.
They must know your next move.
You know.
Just last night we were drinking and everything.
And don't tell people your plans. Don't tell everyone your plans.
Do that.
Unless they have an addition to your plans. They could help you to be able to do those plans. But if Abak sees in any way, or if they don't potentially help you, you don't have to tell them. They don't have to know. It's your plans, you know. And sometimes it's very impressive to see someone who doesn't mention something big and then they drop that thing and then you're
like a bomb, just like
like what? If you done and then you're like, angazi you know, it just happened, you know. And that is what I always tell my little sister, it's Yazin, because she always complains about having friends who say they don't study but they get better marks than hers. I'm like, Siswami, those people study. Those people do not sleep. Bangadlala nawe, but bona they do study and they do tell you, yo, I'm confused. And high school kids on high school liked doing that. So now you must do that. You know, it happens. You know. So,
and that time it's also like a situation where, you know, some people like study prior.
Yes.
And then like during the days of exams, it's just like relaxation days. So when they say they didn't study, they don't mean they've never studied the whole book. It just means they didn't study yesterday, but they've been studying that chapter or whatever subject that is. So just look at things into like different perspective every time you approach them.
Yeah.
So yeah.
A last one. This is an extra tip. It's very unpopular, but I feel like it makes sense. Pay attention to the music you listen to. You know, every song is meant for the different kind of vibe. There's songs that you listen to at a party. There's gospel. There's songs you listen to soothe your spirit. There's songs you listen to after a breakup, your heart is broken. There's songs you listen to make you feel like a bad bitch, you know. Create different playlists. I think that could help you so that in every stage of your life you can listen to that kind of song. But sometimes you might listen to a lot of sad music and then train your brain into thinking, we're going through the most, we're depressed, and a song can do a lot, you know. Just one song, it can trick your brain into thinking a certain way, you know. That's why we dance when we hear a lot of songs, because our brain, you know, we're releasing a dopamine, we're happy, you know. So try to sometimes listen to chill songs. Sometimes if you're studying, listen to lo-fi, study music. You know, it makes you feel productive. That's what I do a lot when I study. I study with music. So just pay attention to that. And it's fine. If other people think your music taste is boring, it's fine. But
it's not
also,
theirs, it's yours at the end of the day.
don't make it your personality trait though.
True.
Just mention those artists when they ask you, so that even maybe check for and they see your music list, oh, you listen to this kind of musicians, just pay attention to that. Yeah.
The reason why you need to study like music type thing, because guys, let's be honest, you can't study you can't study while listening to Drake or Chris Brown. There's no way. Like with Chris Brown, obviously you're gonna dance. With Drake, you're gonna cry and start calling your ex instead of studying. So try to understand the type of genre you're supposed to listen to when doing certain things, because you can't mix the both hip hop and studying. That it's two different things. You see, like when you're studying, you need like calm, chilled music type of vibe. So yeah, not I'm not calling your ex or am I dancing.
Yeah, and you must never call your ex. Right? And I hope you're singing.
You know what they say, never never get drunk and listen to Drake while driving a car. You're gonna end up knocking on that nigga's door.
You're gonna end up knocking. Okay, I think that's
it for the day, guys.
That's it for the day, guys. Thank you for watching this video. If you've come this far, please comment a red heart emoji, ne? If you've come this far, and thank you for coming this far, and I hope that you take our advice, and I hope you've learned a couple of things, and we appreciate your support. If you like the video, you must click the like button. You must comment,
notifications.
And you must and share it to the people you think.
Share it to your friends. People
share
that
it to
you
your friends.
feel like they need it, especially like girls, because the girls talk today.
Yeah.
So like just share it to the people you feel like they need this type of motivational speech and whatnot. And if you guys like this type of videos, let us know. Comment down below what you guys like, and we will put our socials right somewhere
on the screen. And please follow us. We have Instagram and TikTok, where we provide different contents from what we do on YouTube. Just the FYI. If you have any ideas,
any suggestions
on what you want us to talk about when doing these girl talks,
you want us to do,
yes, let us know. Bye.
And we love y'all. Peace.